Hey y'all, so it's been a couple of months since I shared my craft room with y'all, how it was in its messy state, and I shared with you some things that I was wanting to I was just vocalizing my goals so that maybe I would stick to them. so, so I still have a lot of things left to do, but I feel like I'm finally at a place where I can go ahead and start, making videos a couple times a week again, and then crafting, and then, set aside some time to like just take an hour a day maybe and continue to sort the things until everything is finished. But I mean, I'm excited about, what I've done so far. So I still have to paint furniture. There's a lot of thrifted pieces of furniture in here, or hand-me-downs, or things I found at garage sales, things like that. So I still want to paint a piece here and there, so I still have that left to do. And I still haven't labeled everything. I've been labeling some things because if you've done this, you realize how quickly you forget. Like, by quickly I mean the next day, like what you put in what bin, and it can get so confusing. So I've been excuse me, I've been trying to label some things if I feel like I'm going to keep it for a while there. Obviously, you all know, if you're watching this, I'm sure that you can't really know where you're going to keep things until you actually start crafting in that space, and then you may move things, around accordingly. But it's just a label, right? It's not permanent. I can redo it. So yeah, I was just going to give y'all a little update of where I'm at now, and then I'll come back when I'm finished and do like a, super fun, legit craft room tour, where I show you all the things and everything, is at the place I really would like it to be. I will say that I've told y'all before, but if you're new here, hi, I'm Jenny. So I've been scrapbooking for over 21 years. I used to do it a lot, but I haven't much the past couple years, but I'm really wanting to scrapbook again. I have 2 new grandbabies and 1 on the way, and I'm really wanting to make mini albums or scrapbook again. But I make and sell junk journals. That's what I just fell in love with over the past 5 years. So my goal was to make me a little scrapbooking section over there, and then I would have my filming section over here, so I can create my junk journals over here, and then do my hauls and things like that. So yeah, I just thought I would share with y'all my progress. I like watching videos like these, so I do want to say that I appreciate so much all of you commenting and watching that last video. I was just overwhelmed at how many of you watched it and enjoyed it and gave me, thank you all for your feedback, and I took them all into consideration. So I guess let's see, the last one I started over here coming in. So my craft room is in what used to be my dining room, but it's off of my kitchen. It's kind of in the middle of my house upstairs. So this wall right here has the living room behind it, and then I'm standing in my kitchen. So I started right here last time, and I had my Cheaply Chic journals here, and I believe some I had been gifted or bought. But so this is just a little entryway coming in from my kitchen. And so excuse me, so what I did was bring all of my, so I had a giant bookcase in the craft room, right? So I have a couple of spare bedrooms now because my kids are, all getting married and moving out and having babies. So I moved the giant bookcase that had all my junk journaling books that I pull from. I moved it into an extra bedroom, and while that will be like a guest room, or kids' playroom, I have a shelf in there that has a lot of those books, and it has just things that I don't use that often, like craft supplies that, you know, I may just once a year go look at, maybe once every 2 or 3 years. Obviously, I'll get rid of them if I ever downsize, but for now, why not put them neatly in another space? So I'm blessed to have that little extra space so that I can downsize a lot of things in my craft room, because I've learned it just overwhelms me and I just can't, you know, create like I want to when I have a whole lot of stuff. That being said, I know that's a lot of stuff to see, but that is, so I put that little shelf right there on the edge of my table. So that stuff I have to haul, so I need to split that up in 3 or 4 videos. It's from every Saturday my husband and I go to estate sales or yard sales, or, you know, and then I go thrifting sometimes on my own. So that's just things that I need to make videos on, which I'm about to start doing again. I'm so excited. So here I just moved the main books I pull from all the time for my journals, my little golden books, crafting magazines down at the very bottom. These are things like, so if my grandbabies are hanging around the kitchen, if they pull the stuff off, it's not gonna, I mean, they're already torn, right? It's not gonna hurt them. I mean, obviously I teach them not to tear books. They, as I rip them up, I don't let them see that. But, and then those are theirs to read. So, and like I said, these are things that I'm gonna do hauls on. And then obviously I'll explain things like where my table came from and things like that as when I do a real craft room tour, but for now I'll just show you. So I put my sewing machine to the left of where I sit. I have my project boxes that I'm doing, things that I'm working on right now in those little Dollar Tree containers. So there's my Story Cheaply Chic design team project on the top, and then I just have, I think, fall stuff in the bins below. So these are things I'm working on, you know, right now. My little fairy collection I started back in the spring, but it is now almost fall. This is a gift to someone, and then the other 3 are, I still need to do a flip through of those. So if you watched the last video, this is a 3-drawer, really large, like, I guess it's probably out of someone's kitchen at one time. I got it from my mom and stepdad, but I'm sure it may have actually come out of her kitchen when they remodeled it. That was across the room, but y'all, I moved it over here and I never realized that they were the same exact height. So yeah, I had a unit back there, I moved it and then moved that in. And I'm about to take those little units off the wall, and I'm painting a spice rack to go there to hold some little jars that I filled up with beads and stuff. So those, I don't know if I'm keeping those or not, but I know I'm not keeping them right there. So this little thing was right there by the door. Oh yeah, I hung up, so that's the back of a pair of curtains, but so you see the flowers on the other side, but I put that there so I can close that off. I bought that acrylic storage unit at, or I guess it's a pin holder, at a yard sale for $5, and so I put my washi and in there and some other things up top. And y'all, I've started this over several times because I feel really awkward because I haven't filmed in so long. I don't really know what to say. So I started over several times, but so if I've already said this, forgive me. But so I took everything, most everything out of the craft room, moved it in another room, and then I've only brought things in here that I want in here or I know that I'm using. Again, I want to paint some things like that little shelf. So I have my Dollar Tree little drawers in here. They fit perfectly in this old CD shelf. So I'm going to show y'all what I decided to do with my door. And again, I thank all of you for your ideas, and they were amazing, and I would love to have done a couple of your suggestions, but that door's so heavy to hang up and weird that taking it off just was not an option. So yeah, this is what I did. So my friend Joanne sent me that little thing, and it was just hanging up there. I keep thinking I'll post an Instagram reel of the after. I put the before, so I only had those mugs hanging and that, but I put it in a little embroidery hoop. And all of this is, some of it's things I've created for like my Cheaply Chic collections, or my own like Happy Mail last fall, or stuff that I felt like I was feeling really creative at the time, or I love altering the Dollar Tree prayer cards. So I put some of it up there to inspire myself, like, or to remind myself, you did this, you know. But most of it is it's Happy Mail from y'all. So like, look y'all, I have so many different things that my friend Arlene at Gingy's Journey, Joanne, Lynette, Carla Frizzell, stuff from Jessica at Paper Terrace, Mia at Treasure Keeping. Like, I'm scared to name names because I'm scared I'm gonna forget, but y'all, I'm so thankful for all of my little bits of Happy Mail. And so I put a couple of 12 by 12 layouts. My sister-in-law actually did those for me a few years ago. I need to put a picture on that one, but just a couple of my favorites. And maybe I'll alternate those out as I do scrapbook pages. But so yeah, I'm super happy with that. And obviously I'll swap it out, you know, as I need to. One thing I did that I know I had not done when I talked to y'all was trying to figure out a solution for all my die cuts. And so they were in like 10 different containers. And so I had gotten this I had this, I believe, on the last video, but I wasn't utilizing it. I have washi in it. And so I divided all my die cuts, you know, according to how I, you know, would use them, and put all of them, well, that's tickets, but so I need to label how they are, but I know how they are. So I'm so excited about that. I feel like I'll really like creating like right here and being able to just pull from those. But I do want to get one more of those and put right back there. And then I brought my little spinny thing back over here. I like it, and then I don't like it, and then I like it, and then I don't like it. So as far as my carts go, a lot of bins in here are empty. I'm not bringing things in here unless I know that I, you know, want it in here. But like, those are all empty. That's my personal junk journaling things that I need to get on top of. And again, I don't remember. I think those, oh yeah, those are empty in the bottom, but I don't want to go into too much detail. Those are empty. So, okay, so fabric. I found like 2 more boxes of fabric. And so a lot of the things as I can, I've been organizing them by rainbow order-ish. So I would like to do that with my fabric. I've got to figure out how to fold those the right way that'll make me not feel so like everything's so chaotic. But my goal is to go through the rest of my fabric and have fabric on those 3 bottom shelves somehow. And then it was back to school time here, so I found several. Y'all, was so excited. It's hard for me to find stuff like that, and I have a million Dollar Trees, but I was just in there one day and they had them. My sister was like, I think that's what you're looking for behind the counter in the buggy. And I was like, someone bought these? And she's like, no, I'm fixing to put them out. So I bought like 8 of them, and I've found a couple here and there, but that's all. So I've really been loving sorting things in these because they're not too heavy. You know, if I need to get to, you know, those yarns, I can just pull those off. Y'all, I sorted jewelry and beads for over 7 days. And I put them in individual little containers and these little Dollar Tree bowls down in these containers. And then I put some in some jars I'll show y'all, but yeah, y'all, that was ridiculous. And so I will probably share in a haul, but y'all, I thank the Lord. I was so excited. I went to an estate sale a couple weeks ago, and I have not sorted my paper yet. And I was like, how am I gonna file it? You know, I want it vertical instead of stacked. Well, I guess that would be horizontal. You know what I'm saying, laying sideways. And so I was just gonna buy up these little poly plastic, containers a little at a time, because they're like 3 for $8 just for like let's see, like folders like these, I believe, on Amazon, the ones I had looked up. And I got like 25 of those, and then I got like, I don't know, probably 20 or 30 of these 12 by 12 file folders. And then there were 10 of these that are about probably ½ inch wide, and then 8 or 9 of these, y'all. Like, I know Totally Tiffany makes those. I'm not sure if that's those or not, but y'all, I'm so thankful I found those. And so I just offered them $20 for all of them, and they took it, so I was so excited. So let me go back to the center here. So I also, just like beads, so in between sorting beads for those 7 days, actually it went on to be about 2 weeks, I believe, but I divided my ribbons and laces, and so that's my scraps of like those things, and I put them up there. I moved the TV over here. Well, I don't know that I had a TV in here before. I can't remember, y'all. I had one, but I don't know if it was in here yet. I can't remember. So that's Christmas stuff. And then I've been sorting all my like vintage things, like labels and tags. Oh, I got this. I need to put that over there for my thrift haul. I got that little box for a couple bucks. And so I've been sorting a lot of things in these 3 for $1 Dollar Tree. Well, these may be $1.25 each, but like these clear ones are 3 for $1. I've been sorting things in there and then putting them all down in a bin. So like rub-ons, let's see, doilies, my Edith Holden book pages, like, dividing in categories and then putting them down in those. And so again, I still have to sort paper. That's going to be a whole probably week in itself. So this is my little section that I've been wanting to make my scrapbooking corner. And I don't know how realistic that is. I mean, I don't know if I'll move my chair over here and sit and just actually do the things here. I feel like I will, so I can watch, the TV while I am creating, but that's how I'm going with it for now. So this cart, of course, it's scrapbooky, or my personal junk journal things I would use, because I do mine more scrapbooky style. So it has like glues and adhesives and things like that. Like there's my journal I'm using now. I got that candle for 50 cents at a yard sale Saturday. So I thought I would burn it. My little lamb holds my remotes. Again, I don't know how realistic this will be to actually sit and scrapbook, because I'm really messy, but we'll see. Okay, and so this shelf stayed. It was here. This pegboard was here, but I took everything off of it and put up things throughout the past few weeks that I thought I would use. So like my, you know, cutting mats and stamp tools, things like that. I put a little S hook and hung my Dollar Tree like little window clings up here on the side. I put my favorite like Dollar Tree type stickers right there, and then things that I will just grab all the time, Maggie Holmes type things. Well, that's Dollar Tree, but you know what I mean, like the fun little butterflies we all love. And then I put my little tool pieces there. And then I had this, my mom had given me this shower caddy, but it did not work in my shower. And so I thought I would try it over here. It'd be cute, spray painted, you know. But I just put some, you know, the bigger size jars of things in there. And then my scrapbooks and pictures and all that, I have tons and tons of. I put those in another room. I'm going to put them up in the closet until the albums are completed. I mean, there are some completed albums, but I'll have to buy a special shelf just for those and maybe put those in the living room or something. So here are my fall journals I will have available. And then my cheaply chic journals. There's like 2 or 3 layers deep back there. I put all my thickers in there, my ink sprays. I got these little baskets on clearance at Hobby Lobby for like, I think they're like $1.90 something a piece. Put all my Maggie Holmes papers in these containers. I'm not sure if I'll keep that or not. Like that. My stickers. And again, these are things that I would pull from most often. I have other bins behind me on these shelves that have like, you know, more scrapbooky type things, and they're divided by theme. So these little photo boxes fit perfectly in these, and these are long. I bought like 3, y'all, and then I bought 2, and I went back to get, I bought 3, and I went back to get 3 more, and they only had 1 more left. They had that little one down there. Isn't that how it is? You find something on clearance, and you're like, man, I need more of those. So like as far as dividing scrapbooking type stickers, I put them all in this large bin and divided them like patriotic, boys, girls. This one's full of things that I still need to scrapbook from my kids growing up. Just things specific to them, like volleyball, baseball. I mean, well, that I know that I have pictures of them to do, you know. Football, things, ballet, things like that. And then okay, so going over here, these are, I know I need to paint that. I think, so, you know, I love, you know how we watch craft room tours and we're like, oh, I love I mean, some people hate pink, some people love it, but I'm like, I love the whole light pink and blues and all that. And then, but I want to be a little different, you know, because by the time I've gotten to do the light pink and blues, I'm like, am I always going to love that still in a few years, you know? So, which I know it's just paint, but, so I found these curtains at my church yard sale a few months back, and I love them. And I'm thinking I may pull the mustard and those soft like olive greens, you know, and I'll keep the light blue stuff because it, you know, blends with that. But like, how pretty if what do y'all think? Like, would you paint this? I was gonna paint it like a blue, or But then I was like, you know what? I feel like bringing that mustard yellow in with all these other colors would be so pretty. And I mean, I don't know if this stuff is gonna stay, but this is where I was sorting beads. Again, like crazy. So these are spice jars from Amazon I'd bought back in 2020. And I forgot I had them. My sister's like, don't you have some spice jars back there in your closet? And I'm like, yeah. That's why I got them, was for these. So I'm painting a spice rack shelf right now, and those will go over by my desk. And then I had gotten these at the church yard sale, like 50 cents a piece, and they fit on this perfectly. And so if I have a lot of something like buttons or pins, brooches, you know, things like that, brads, I'm putting them on there. Again, would love to paint these things. So my husband hung these shelves for me Saturday. And so I've been putting things that I really love but don't have a place for on them. And then my journals that I've either been gifted or I've bought over the years. I hope this isn't blurry, y'all. I feel like it might be. I've got my seam binding in that little biscuit jar that I got in an estate sale one year. Oh, I got this vase at an estate sale the other day. So pretty. Okay, so this, my daughter had when she was little. It used to be pink, and then I think it was like green, lime green. So, yeah, so I figured out what containers I had that would fit on these. I would like to get 2 more of those, put down there. So again, a couple of these are empty until I decide exactly what I want to put on there, but I have on my music paper down there. Flowers, I have not sorted the flowers, but for now I know they're in there. Same with like sewing notions, like, you know, things like that. They're in there, as like vintage buttons on the button cards, things like that. I will sort those when I get to them, but I know that they're right there. Like more vintage type Rolodex cards, letters, things like that. And then this unit was over there beside my desk that I told y'all I moved across, and I moved that 3-drawer container there. So yeah, so if I've turned the bins around white, that means that, you know, I know what I've put in them. I still need to label them, but they're, you know, a couple of them's empty, but the white ones have things that, y'all, I'm getting confused what I'm saying. So if they're turned around, they have things that I'm keeping in there. Oh, that was my ribbons that, see, this is why you label. I don't remember, but I feel like that's the leftover like ribbons that they were too short to, yeah, ribbon scraps, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, multicolored pieces, so yeah, okay, I'll show y'all what I mean about that in a minute. That's why you label, guys, even if you write it on a card. So when I divided all my ribbons and trims, if they were long enough to wrap around a card at one point in my life, if I want to sit and do that, I put them in here. So there's black and creams and browns. And then I have like trims, or, you know, like yarn pieces in those colors, or lace pieces. But they're all in this drawer. And then I have like reds and pinks. So again, ribbons, trims. I had the most of reds and pinks, seam binding, and then the little sheer things in Ziploc bags. And then the yarn pieces. So yeah, and then, so I did that with all the colors. And then what you saw over there was the multi-colored version, but like there's oranges and yellows, greens. And let me show y'all what I'm most excited about with that is I put all my doilies and linens in here, y'all. I'm never this organized. If you watch me, you know I'm not this organized. I want to be. So here's colored doilies. Here's my little doily pieces. And then like the crochet type ruffles. And then all of my creams and whites, the fabrics and doilies. These drawers go way back too. I love these. And then all my like vintage linens, so like pillowcases. Here's a little thing of hankies, quilt pieces. So these can make a journal cover, and then these are like pieces that I've already cut. So y'all, I'm so excited about these drawers. And then lastly, I'll show y'all, again, definitely I'm gonna have to spray paint, but I had shared with you my filing cabinets and how, let's see, how I was filing papers for my junk journals. Well, I took the time to actually sort all of those. I had boxes, so like French antique, Spanish, notebook, coffee dyed, faith-based, atlas maps, dictionary, ideals book pages, florals. So I just divided them, and they all have a home. More down here, so like ledger papers, ocean theme. And then I moved all of my vintage magazines right here, and then all of my ideals books are stacked up there. And then I moved all of my sewing patterns. See, I had that giant bookcase in here, and I had to figure out places for those things. And so all my sewing patterns are right inside there. Aren't those little girls so cute? So I'm gonna leave y'all here, and I just want to thank y'all again for your feedback and for taking the time to watch my little updates. And I feel like I'm gonna start creating and filming some again, so I'm super excited. And so yeah, y'all make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will see whenever I do my final, craft room tour. And so you can see my journals I have for sale and my thrift hauls and all the fun things. So thank y'all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.